So I thought, okay, if I'm going to look at other sports, because, we've seen tons of football. And you've seen baseball, Dave, you've seen a lot of it. But I thought, seriously, cricket? A streaker in cricket. So the batsman, I think that's what he's called, looks at this guy who's come, and he's coming right at him. Mm-hmm. But this was the wrong guy to do this to. Here is cricket. I don't know what league. I'd give you props, but I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But I do know what happened, and it was a beauty. So they're waiting while this guy runs around.
It's taken him a while to...
Boom.
I don't know who's worse off.
Well, Simons was a bit unlucky. He went the wrong way.
He was training with the Broncos for one pre-season, and I think occasionally goes back to top up his fitness. But that was the first tackle of the State of Origin.
You don't see a lot of tackles in that sport, and they mess with the wrong guy.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the example. So now you have, in Canada, this law firm from Toronto that's going to be representing this idiot who ran on the field. So a barrister who's talking about this incident. So this, to me, is a little bit of a precedence, and to me, does this not make sense, what this lawyer is saying?
If the player has deliberately gone out of his way to assault the streaker could certainly sue the player if he suffered some damage. But it would be difficult in this circumstance because he's the aggressor and he's the one that's entered upon the arena without permission.
I just think they're childish, immature. Pretty good way to treat him, I think.
The only guy that was in danger of being injured last night up in Brisbane was very definitely the streaker, because Andrew Simons is a pretty tough customer.
And there it is. So if I'm looking at it by definition, he said if he had gone after somebody, so vis-a-vis the Terry O'Reilly or an issue where someone has gone into the crowd, then you're gonna, I'm telling you, now you are the aggressor. You're the one who has crossed the line, and you could pay for it. But as he's saying, first of all, there was trespassing.
Yes.
Well, trespassing, as they say down there. And so, therefore, once you've entered that field of play, and for your own protection, he runs at him, he's full marks for being able to do that. And by the way, I would say 99.9% of the instances are guys normally hammered, or they've made a bet, and they've decided that literally they're going to break the law on purpose for one of those reasons. So I don't have any problem with a player reacting, especially in this day and age where we really don't know what someone has on them. Or let's be honest, and this is where we're living right now, a huge stadium, and all of a sudden you turn around and someone's running at you.
Bingo.
What do you think's going to happen? Are you going to run away? No, they're not wired. The athletes aren't wired that way. So whether it's a prank or you thought it was funny or you were drunk or it was a bet, you pay the piper. That's what you get. And if the franchise wants to ban you for life, if your company says to you, seriously, you're our chief accountant and now you're on national television doing that, you're fired. You're fired.
Yep.
So all those things, none of them goes through their heads. And now we're supposed to then sit back and say, well, the football player, he was in the wrong. No, he wasn't. So that's garbage to me. Garbage.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen with this, the CFL one, which probably should be thrown out of court within a matter of minutes. But obviously somebody's looking to capitalize here on something. But let's hope the right thing is done and done swiftly.
I hope they get. I'm sorry, law firm. Is it Breslar, whatever? You should be wiped out. Because this is not a. Maybe you feel you make a name for yourself, but like the barrister said in Australia, it's not about someone going that over the fence, someone going in terms of purposefully going into the stands to cause damage. It's the other way around, so you don't get off.
Right.
Dave, it's like that same thing, that law, and this always drives me nuts, where someone breaks into someone's house and they do something to protect their family, and then there are charges put against the guy protecting his family. Are you serious?
I don't get that for the life of me. I know.
This is the same thinking with that.
No, you're right.
Yeah. So if the guy has a spinal injury or a concussion or can't walk anymore, might have wanted to think about that before you broke the law, because trust me, it is a law.
Bingo.
David, as you said the other day, in the States, I know that they start broadcasting before the game starts every rule they got in the stadium, including drunkenness, making noise in the press box. They say the whole spiel.
They say it over the intercom throughout the building, the arena, the stadium. It's written on the back of a ticket. It's posted all over the stadium on the wall, and rules and regulation, what is allowed and so forth, and obviously what isn't. So, leagues and franchises protect themselves. I just don't see how anybody would sit there and say, this is a good idea, we should represent this guy.
Yeah.
I just don't get that.
No, and I think it's bad form.
Yeah.
So in the words of a wrestler, I'm not sure who came up with this.
Probably a good one. What is it?
Suck it.